Welcome to tonight's broadcast of Luling Eagles Sports on the Luling Eagles Sports broadcast. And now let's go down to the broadcast booth with the Luling Eagles Sports broadcast crew of Eric Lugo, Brad Wright, and Gregory Tracy.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Texas for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Okay, so we're back in the bottom of the first inning. I just noticed I forgot to check the audio to see if we're connected, and we weren't. So I don't know that any of y'all heard any of the first part. The Lady Eagles are the visiting team tonight, and they went 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first, so now they're in the bottom of the first. Natalie Gomez pitching for the Lady Eagles. And a quick strike to the leadoff hitter for Llano. That's 0-0 Gwen Burnett. And a ball, so that makes the count 1-1. But you should be able to hear us now, so if for some reason you're having a problem, let us know, but I think you should be able to hear us now. Ball looked like it was outside there. It's 2-1 to Burnett for the Yellowjackets. Ball high and ball 3. Natalie in the early hold to the leadoff hitter for Llano. It's a swing and a miss, so runs the count full at 3-2. And for some of you out there tuning in, if this team sounds familiar to you, they should. The Lady Eagles hosted them back at the first of the season. Didn't turn out all that great as a base hit by Burnett up the middle. And she'll be on first with nobody out. So 17-1 was the final score in that game earlier in the season.
I think that was our first softball broadcast of the year.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was the one where you were out sick.
Yeah, I was out sick. And that cold weather had blown in right before it, I believe.
So this is number 13, Skylar Brown for Llano at the plate. And there goes Burnett, and she steals second. The pitch was a strike, so she'll be on second base with nobody out. So strike there. That should run the count to 0-2. So ball high there. And Brown took that one. So 1-2 count.
I'm showing 3-0.
Well, I thought those were strikes. No, apparently, yeah, you were right, Brad. It's a straight, 4 straight pitches and a walk. So that'll bring up number 25, Madison Klepper, for the Yellowjackets, now with runners on first and second. There's a hit, right off the glove of Serenity, and it's going to go into left field, and Burnett's going to score. That's going to make the score 1-0 in favor of Llano. Still nobody out. I mean, it was a hot shot to Serenity. She just couldn't quite keep it in her glove. So still runners on first and second, but now a 1-0 lead for the Yellowjackets. Looks like they're going to have a courtesy runner here.
Klepper's the pitcher, so they get
That's
the right to her.
Tori Rush. Or it's Rushi, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
according to the announcer here. So now to bat is number 9, Kylie Brown. Ball's high, 1-0. Ball high. Ball high again. It's 2-0. And Llano Yellowjackets, I think it's the first time I've ever seen a softball team wear shorts for a uniform. I don't know if I've ever seen that. There's a shot to left field, and it's over the head of Jalissa Spencer and off the fence. The runner at second held up because she didn't know if it was going to be caught or not. So now there's the bases are loaded with nobody out.
Great job of Jalissa to play that off the fence. And
Sure was, yeah, to keep
really
the runner from scoring.
Only give up a single base to everybody there.
So now up to bat will be number 28, Paige Bauer, for the Llano Yellowjackets. And I believe we're going to have another courtesy runner for them.
Yeah, for the catcher.
It's number 23. That's
I don't have a 23.
we don't have a 23. Yeah, we did have one, but then I believe it's Peyton Byrne. Yes, it was marked on your roster as Peyton Byrne, and then you had put down as 21.
Well, that's what they had her listed in their official roster. They turned in.
So apparently they changed the number on us. So that is Peyton Byrne on first base for the Llano Yellowjackets. So bases loaded for them, and still nobody out.
So I was right. Their coach turned it in wrong. That doesn't happen very often.
It's a strike. A 1-1 count. So important here for Natalie not to dig herself and the team too big of a deficit here. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there by Natalie. Get Paige Bauer to swing at that.
The shorts, it used to be a fairly common deal in girls softball, and they kind of went away from it, went to the pants. But
It's a ball outside. So it's going to be a 2-2 count. See if Natalie could get a strikeout here, it would be big for the Lady Eagles. Instead, she hits it right to left field, but to Jalissa. Jalissa catches it, but the runner does tag and score from third base. So that'll make the score 2-0 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. But the Eagles do get an out. So it'll be one out in the bottom of the first.
and Jalissa barely had to move to even get to that one. I mean, maybe a step or two, but it was hit on the line right to her.
So this will bring up, didn't quite see the back of her jersey.
I think it's number 12.
She's trying to bunt. She does bunt. And the runner, no one's covering first. I think McKenna Martin was supposed to cover, and she got over late. So way late. So there's going to be an error there. And a couple of runs are going to score. So that'll make the score now 4-0 in favor of Llano. It's the kind of mistakes that the Eagles have to stay away from, but they're going to try to, they're not really favored in this contest, Brad. Llano is a very strong team. They tied with Blanco for their district championship in the District 25 3A. So, but, you pretty much got to think the Eagles have to play perfect softball to have any chance to win, and that's not that's not it. So a high for ball one to the next batter. It's a pop-up. So it looks like Alyssa Rios is on it, and she does catch it. That was number 3, the batter. That's Haley Brown. But Haley pops up to Alyssa Rios at shortstop, so that'll be the second out. So if you got to feel that if Natalie can get out of this and only giving up 4 runs, it's not too bad of a deficit. We've seen the Lady Eagles overcome deficits like that all season. Swing and a miss. That's Roosh. It's Isabel Roosh. Rushi, I guess it is. I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. Rushi. So that's strike 1. It's a foul, and to see if Serenity, I thought maybe was going to catch that, but just out of her reach. So, but a quick, quickly ahead on the count is 0-2 on the Rushi. Got to remember to say that E, Rushi. So Natalie way ahead of her. So let's see if Natalie can get her out. There's a swing, but it was foul tip. So fortunately, because the ball got behind Jasmine Loya, the catcher, she would have had to have been trying to throw the runner out at first. And there's quite a bit of room behind home plate, so I don't know that she would have been able to do that.
And if the umps were to really watch this Llano team, just about every one of these girls has stepped out in the front of the box.
I noticed that. I was wondering about that myself, but I just didn't say anything, but you just did.
And with 3 officials, you would have to think one of them should be watching that.
So let's see if Natalie again, a 0-2 count. It's out in front of it that time was Rushi. There's a, I guess it's like a batting cage sort of, Brad, I guess right there off to the.
Correct, yeah.
Behind.
Covered batting cage.
Yeah, not to the side, off to the side of the third base dugout and, in left field. And that's where that ball hit, so count still 0-2. There's out there, yes, and it is right to Natalie. Taylor made for her.
Keep her in the box, Blue.
So my broadcast partner, make sure and let the umpire know. Yeah, keep her in the box.
I'm a fan also. Sorry.
Yeah, that's true. We're fans first and foremost, just like you that listen to us out there. So
beat us, make them do it fair and square.
Right. 4 runs for Llano in the bottom of the first. So at the end of one complete inning.
Eric, it hit her, and so it was.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, well. So I didn't realize. Okay, so last ball hit her, so that was a foul ball. I didn't realize that. So let me put the outs back on there, and it's now 5-0. So. So the pitch that I thought was an out to Natalie ended up being a foul ball, and as Brad just mentioned, and then the next pitch was hit the third base and thrown over to first, but Skyler was not on the bag when she caught the ball. So that gave the Llano Yellowjackets another run. So that makes the score 5-0. So they have a runner on first base now instead of third base, as they did a minute ago. So next up for Llano is going to be number 6, Emily Leach. There's a pop-up, and it's right here close to us, but it goes right off there's a little concrete slab right here in front of us, and it went all right off of it, so that's a strike 1.
It's kind of a cinder block wall kind of going from dugout to dugout here.
So 0-1 count. Okay. Ball 1, 1-1. It's a ball high. That makes a count 2-1. Ball's 3-1. So Emily Leach for the Yellow Jackets way ahead on the count. foul ball. That'll make the count full at 3-2. Ball goes just to the left of the third base line. So see if Natalie can now get out of the inning. We thought she was out of it a minute ago. Didn't turn out to be the case. It's a foul ball. It's going to be to left field. Out beyond left field. So count will remain full at 3-2. Beautiful day out here. Temperature a little bit on the warm side. We're showing 82 on my watch here. There's a shot to left field, and this one gets in for a hit. And Jalissa gets the ball in real quickly. And so it'll be first and second. So the Yellow Jackets have batted around here in the bottom of the first. Leadoff batter Gwen Burnett is back at home plate to bat once again.
She singled through on the left side last time. She's one of those ones that likes to get out the box.
And she was really close just then, so. Yeah, I just tries to get that running start to kind of like a
she's
like
one of those slap hitters.
Slap hitters,
right.
Yes, right. So. That was a ball. 1-1. And it's a foul ball there. That's 1-2. But folks, we're right here in front of it, and yes, I mean she's getting really close to being outside that box.
Yeah. I wish we had the camera. We would actually even zoom in on that and show y'all.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to be a chopper to Natalie. I believe Natalie will get her out. Yes, even though it was a close play, but she did get her out. And now it is 3 outs in the bottom of the first. So
well, that's where that being out of the box gives her that extra step towards the base.
Mm-hmm. So at the end of one complete inning, it'll be the Llano Yellowjackets 5 and your Luling Eagles 0. So
get our sponsor in.
I don't think you heard. I'm going to go ahead and play. This is a UIL, so to speak, broadcast, it being the Bi-District playoff. So I'm going to go ahead and run the UIL sponsor ad. So stay tuned on the Luling Eagles Sports broadcast as we get greeted by our head coach and athletic director, Nate Langford, and also Coach Ben Yock. So stay tuned.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Texas for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Okay, so we're back here on the Luling Eagles Sports broadcast going in the top of the second. Leading off for the Eagles is number 11, Taylor Little. And there's a shot, but hit right to the first baseman. And she makes the put out there for the first out. So Taylor Little's retired, and it'll bring up number 2, Michaela Houston, for the Eagles. It's a strike right down the middle. So swing and a miss there from Michaela. It makes the count 0-2. Like to see the Lady Eagles try to put a couple runs on the board, try to put a little pressure on this Yellow Jacket team. It's a swing and a miss, and that's not going to help that cause. So the second out as Michaela swings and misses for a strikeout. So next up will be our catcher, number 15, Jasmine Loya. So timeout here as Brown, number 3, Haley Brown, that is, calls timeout to go talk to her pitcher.
Actually, it's 9, Kylie Brown.
Is that 9? Okay.
Yeah, her
Some of her hair.
catcher stuff. And
Yeah, it's covering it. Yes, it's okay. That's the wrong. It was a brown, but it was the wrong brown.
And Llano has no numbers on the front of their jerseys. It just says Llano in the shape of Texas. They're only numbers
Correct.
on the back. And as we've seen all season, some of these girls with these long ponytails
blocks that number. Yes. So here we go. Pitch is a little high for a ball. Want to know the count. And while I'm thinking about it, for you Eagle fans, final home game for the baseball team will be about this time tomorrow evening from Luling. There's a strike there to Jasmine. The San Antonio Great Hearts Northern Oaks Griffins will be at Eagle Field, and the game will start at 5 o'clock. And yes, we will have video for that one. It's a regular season game, not a playoff game like this one is. Swing and a miss from Jasmine. That makes the count 1-2. I believe we have some regional track participants also tomorrow, Brad, correct?
Correct. Juju will be running the 100 and 200. Jackson.
Javon Jackson.
Thank you, because I always get his first name wrong. Don't want to make Mama mad.
Yeah, all right, exactly.
He'll be long jumping, and then is it Miguel, I believe, in the 3,200?
Correct.
I can't remember if he's 3,200 or if he's in the mile. He's in one.
There's a pop-up. It's caught out there by the shortstop for Llano, so that'll be the third out of the inning. So, again, 3 up, 3 down. So, no hit so far allowed by the Llano pitcher. So, we go into the bottom of the second with a score of Llano Yellowjackets 5 and Luling Eagles 0. So, we're going to go ahead and run the ad now for our title sponsor. You know, of course, we appreciate all our sponsors, but Mom's Front Porch is our title sponsor. So, we're going to run that ad. So, stay tuned on the Luling Eagles Sports broadcast.
Good times with great people. We all have memories of sitting on the front porch with our parents and grandparents, surrounded by friends, having a good time. At Mom's Front Porch, we are recreating that atmosphere, where you can share a sweet treat or ice cream with the kids or grandbabies, or relax with friends over a cup of coffee. Our ever-changing menu includes everything you may need to start your day off with some good treats. We love spending time with our lovely guests and providing them with great food and environment that feels just like home. So come on over to Mom's Front Porch. We can't wait to welcome you into our own little world of happiness. Mom's Front Porch is located at 401 East Davis Street.
Hey, welcome back to the Luling Eagles Sports broadcast. Going into the bottom of the second. So far, not a good outcome for the Luling Eagles softball team. Down 5-0 as they allowed 5 runs in the bottom of the first to Llano.
Eric just kind of had one of our messages here on Facebook on our post there that Juan and Jess Guillen are listening from Watertown, New York tonight.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Thank y'all for joining us.
Thank y'all. Appreciate that. So, and as we have one of our sponsors, another sponsor, Ms. Bonnie Dredla, for the, she's represents the Luling Foundation. She's right here in front of us taking some pictures. First pitch to Natalie to number 13. It's a ball. And that would be, we get my roster.
Skylar Brown.
Yeah, Skylar Brown. There's a fly ball, And I believe that ball's going to, yes, it's out over the fence in left field. So that'll make the score 6-0.
There was no doubt on that one.
Yeah, and I believe she was the one, Brad, that at her first at bat hit it off the fence.
I think so.
Yeah, I believe that was her, and so now she hits one out over the fence, both to left field. So that makes the score 6-0 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. So let's run down real quick the rest of our sponsors. I just mentioned Bonnie Dredla, who represents Luling Foundation Farm. We also have Texas Trusted Insurance, Baker Boys Barbecue, LNS Restaurant, our hotspot provider Cricket Wireless, the Luling Eagle Booster Club as well. And there's a high pitch from Natalie, ball one, to the next batter for Llano, which is number 25, Madison Klepper.
And Klepper reached on that hot shot down third that went off our third baseman's glove.
It's a foul ball. Strike one.
Mom, you got your water?
You know, Brad, you were mentioning about that are tuning in from New York. I actually had, and I saw you. I know you saw it earlier too. Samuel Samuels. So shout out to you, Samuel. I don't really know you, but I'd like to meet you. You've been a pretty big supporter of ours here more recently in these spring sports, but you know, come back in the fall.
Not sure where he's listening from, but he said he listens to us from 2,000 miles away, so he must be overseas.
Exactly,
somewhere, probably military.
And you know, when we started this, of course, those of y'all that know, Mito the Sarge Juarez got us started. I believe there's going to be another home run. Yes, and someone happened to be standing out there. I think it's a Llano fan, and it's another home run, and this one from Klepper. So that'll make the score 7-0. So, not good news here so far at Liberty Hill ISD for the Luling Eagle softball team.
Coach A getting timeout here.
So 7-0 here, and it's still bottom of the second, still nobody out. So 2 solo home runs in a row, both to left field. Not sure if is our number one out there, Brad? We know.
He chimed in back at the start, telling us we didn't have any sound.
Yeah, we got that corrected. Yeah, I knew what I was thinking. I said we didn't check that. Let me check, make sure, and it's a good thing I did because that was why it wasn't turned on. So for some reason, just to let all y'all know, when we plug in, we have to actually go tell our OBS. It's called OBS software to go turn on the sound. I don't know why it doesn't just turn on automatically, but it doesn't. We have to actually physically go out there and tell the software program to do that. I believe we're going to have a pitching change here. I believe number 9, Brooklyn Guillen, is coming in for the Eagles. And, of course, those of y'all that weren't with us last week for the final home game, Brooklyn is one of the 5 seniors that the Luling Eagle softball team has, along with McKenna Martin, Alyssa Rios, Jasmine Loya, and I'm missing one other one out right off the top of my head. I'll think of it here in a minute probably, but there are 5 of them. So I think Delilah's the other one, Delilah Ledesma. So those 5 are, if the Lady Eagles don't come back here, it'll be their final game in the Luling softball uniform. So as a break, and while Brooklyn's warming up, we're going to go ahead and run the ad for LNS Restaurant in Luling. So stay tuned on the Luling Eagle Sports broadcast.
LNS Mexican Restaurant is located on 310 East Pierce Street in Luling, Texas. LNS have a rotating daily breakfast and lunch specials. Steak ranchero tacos on Mondays from 5 to 11 a.m. and cheeseburger and fries combo with medium drink on Wednesdays from 11 a.m. minus 2 p.m. along with a full menu of the finest of Mexican foods. LNS offers great service with a family-friendly environment. So, grab the family and head on over to LNS Mexican Restaurant.
Okay, so we're back here on the Luling Eagle Sports broadcast. Brooklyn Guillen has finished her warm-up tosses, and so now she will pitch to the first Llano batter she'll see. That's number 9. That's Kylie Brown. There's how many Browns do we have on? It's 1, 2. I believe there's at least 3 of them.
Yeah,
so
3 Browns.
Haley Brown, Kylie Brown, and trying to see if there's another Brown.
13 Skylar.
Yeah, so 3 of them. So I'm assuming they're all related somehow. And I'm also assuming that the head coach for Llano was, I actually emailed him earlier today, is Bo Burnett. And I'm assuming that Gwen is his daughter.
And the assistant coach is a Burnett also. I don't know if they're husband and wife or.
Ball's outside there for ball 1 for the first pitch from Brooklyn.
It's a family affair over there.
Right, it is. And, Brad, do you recall how far they went last year? I know that they've had a pretty strong team for a while, have Llano.
I don't, but I can look it up while we're
going
here.
It's ball 3-3-0. So Brooklyn starting out slow here as far as getting strikes. And that's a ball 4. So that'll put a runner on first base for Llano. Lady Eagles already down 7-0. So we got a courtesy runner coming in for Llano. It's number 23 once again. Again, that's Peyton Byrne. B-Y-R-N-E is the last name on that.
So last year, Llano in the first round beat Nixon 18-1, 15-0. Beat Catula in the second round 10-0. Excuse me. And lost to Columbus in the third round 4-3.
So they did make a pretty good run into the playoffs last year. I believe that was a ball high. This umpire behind the plate, he's actually, he's kind of loud on both, so it's kind of hard to tell which one's a ball, which one's a strike. So it was a bunt and fielded by Brooklyn. Throws it over first, but she throws it away. So and there goes the runner around third to see. Then she changes her mind, and the ball gets by Jasmine. Now she's kind of caught in no man's land, and the runner second goes back to second, and then the runner takes off from third. So she's going to score, and so that makes the count 8-0 now in favor of the Llano Yellowjackets.
Girls, we are not playing T-ball. Let's go.
So the throw, first of all, just to unpack that, was a little off to the right from Brooklyn, so it went out in the right field. Then the Llano runner from third decided she was going to stay, but yet the runner coming in from second was almost at third. And there's a bunt. And fielded by Brooklyn, but nobody. And then there's a runner, the runner going to second because there was no one covering. And there's a back to the plate, and I believe she's going to be out. No, she's saved.
No.
She looked like she was out, but she apparently, according to the umpire, got under the tag. So
umpire was not in a good position to make that call.
A while ago, the runner went back to third base, second base, and then the runner from third came in. Now there, the runner got the hit. She got a bunt hit, and then no one covered second base, so she was able to make her way over to second. And the runner from third ended up coming in and scoring. So now the score 9-0 in favor of Llano, and that's a high for a ball 1 to Haley Brown, number 3 for Llano.
So this inning we've seen 2 home runs and 2 bunts.
And for those of y'all that haven't been with us all season, as that pitch is a ball from Brooklyn, just to let everyone know about the rules. Brad wasn't with us that first game, so we were kind of wondering what the rules as far as the scoring. I believe it was 15 after 3, Brad, correct? And then 10 after 4 or anything later, as anybody that has a lead that high will automatically win the game at that point without going on any further. So there's a bunt there. Sacrifice gets the runner over to third base, and the Lady Eagles get the first out of the inning. So,
it's 15 runs after 3 or 10 runs after 5.
No, it's 5. Okay.
Yeah, just like baseball. The only exception is the 15 after 3.
Yes. So swing and a miss, and a throw to third by Jasmine. She likes to do that at Rushi. It's another Rushi. There's two Rushis on this team as well. This is Isabel Rushi. I believe the pitch was it was a strike, actually. I thought it was a ball, but it was a strike. There's a swing, and there's a shot to center field. Caught by Delilah Ledesma, and the tagging up is a runner. Let's see, but she does score. So there's a good catch by Delilah Ledesma out there in center field, but unfortunately they cannot keep the run from scoring from third base. So that's 2 outs, but the Yellow Jackets take a 10-0 lead.
Finish the inning. Let's go.
So Emily Leach now up to bat for Llano. There's a shot to third and scooped up. It's a fair ball by Serenity. Gets it over to Skylar at first base. Nice play there on both ends. Nice catch by Skylar, and also a nice throw over across the diamond by Serenity. So that will end the bottom of the second, but not before the Llano Yellow Jackets double the lead they had. They went from being ahead 5 runs to being ahead 10 runs. So at the end of 2 complete innings, the Llano Yellow Jackets lead the Luling Eagles by a score of 10-0. So again, this is a UIL broadcast, and so as it being a UIL broadcast, we have to do UIL sort of things. So one of the UIL sort of things we have to do is promote the state softball tournament. So we invite you all to go over to Red and Charlene McCombs Field starting Wednesday, June the 1st for the UIL Softball State Championships. Ticket information for those championships when they get here in another month or so can be found at UIL Texas, and Texas spelled out, .org. So again, that's UIL Texas, TEXAS spelled out, .org. And so, of course, that'll be basically the 4 regions and all the 6 classifications will all be represented there at Red and Charlene McCombs Field. And for those of y'all that haven't been there, it's a really, really nice softball field in the Central Texas area. So if you haven't been, I would highly recommend you check it out sometime. So now we're going into the top of the third, and hopefully the Luling Lady Eagles can put some runs on the board here. So leading off, I believe, can't see who it is, but I believe it's Brooklyn Guillen. So that's a ball. Yes, it is Brooklyn Guillen, and she came in to pitch for Natalie Gomez in the bottom half of the second. That's a strike. Looked a little low from here, but I'm not the umpire either, so. It's a low again. I mean, low this time. I mean, I thought it was low a while ago, but it was called a strike, but this one was actually called a ball. So that's a ball a little high there. So Brooklyn ahead on the count at 3-1. So maybe a good start here for the Luling Eagle softball team in the top of the third. Yeah, it's ball 4 on the, so a leadoff walk for Brooklyn Guillen. So that'll bring up the shortstop, Alyssa Rios, number 6, as I mentioned a while ago, one of our 5 seniors that's trying to avoid playing her final game tonight, but we'll see how that turns out.
So still no hits for the Lady Eagles, but at least we got that perfect game taking off the board.
It's a strike to Alyssa. 0-1 the count. Swing and a miss from Alyssa. Makes the count 0-2. Comes the pitch. Swing and a miss from Melissa. That's strike 3. So that'll be the first out of the inning for the Eagles. So that'll bring up the first baseman, number 10, Skylar Dredla. So it's a strike to Skylar right down the middle. Looked like she was taken all the way on that one. 0-1 the count. Swing and a miss from Skylar. 0-2. It's a high pitch there for a ball. 1-2 the count. It's a ball a little low. It's 2-2. It's a ball. Ooh, a close pitch there, but it was a ball, so it's a full count on Skylar Dredla, 3-2.
Scoreboard had her for 5 strikes. Not sure why your scoreboard would even go up to 5 strikes, but.
Let's do it.
The strike, Skylar takes it down the middle, so that's going to be the second out of the inning for the Lady Eagles. So that'll bring up the top of the order, and number 1, Jalissa Spencer, the left fielder.
And she struck out in her first at-bat back in the first inning, lead off the game.
Ball high. And we got a timeout here as the catcher goes out. That's the Brown. Which Brown is that? That's Kylie Brown, like you said, to make sure I got the right Brown that time. So the visit's over. And I'm going to tell you what, Brad, this umpire, I don't think he likes them talking very long.
He doesn't go long.
He takes about 2 seconds. He's right behind the catcher or whoever goes out there.
Almost in the catcher's shadow, walking out there with her.
Exactly. It's a strike.
Folks, if y'all get a chance, go on Google Maps and look up Liberty Hill School here. Look at all their facilities. They are first-class, state-of-the-art facilities.
Very beautiful,
here.
yes.
Baseball, football, softball, all right here together, and really nice.
Swing and a miss from Jalissa. It makes the count 1-2.
All their fields are turf. They even have a turf practice field, we noticed over here.
Swing and a miss, and that's going to be the third strike on Jalissa Spencer and the third out of the inning for the Luling Eagles. So, again, no runs, but as Brad mentioned, at least there's no more perfect game for the pitcher. She still has a no-hitter going, but no perfect game. But at the end of 2.5 innings, Llano Yellowjackets lead your Luling Eagles by a score of 10-0. So, again, we do thank all of you that joined us as always, and as you've always have throughout the season. Of course, this and then the broadcast tomorrow, assuming that we don't come back and win tonight's game, will be the final 2 broadcasts for the 2021-2022 school year on the Luling Eagles Sports broadcast. So, again, Brad and I, and I know Greg would too, thanks all of you for tuning in and supporting us all year from wherever you're at. I don't know if I finished my thought earlier, but, you were talking about the ones tuning in from New York, and then Samuels is tuning in from 2,000 miles away as well. We don't know exactly where, but maybe he'll let us know. But, when Sarge, that was one of the things, those y'all aren't aware, Sarge is called Sarge because he got his nickname through being in the military. He served some time in Iraq and, Kuwait, I believe, is where he served. And then he also, I believe, served in another conflict. I can't remember. Not off the top of my head, I do remember him saying that he had served in Iraq and I believe in Kuwait. So that's kind of how the Luling Eagles Sports broadcast was born. So that people from wherever in the world can tune in to these broadcasts. So leading off is Gwen Burnett for the Llano Yellowjackets in the bottom of the third, and that's a pitch high for a ball from Brooklyn Guillen. And that's a strike. Well, it's a ball. Sound like he said strike, but then, he didn't point his hand or anything or make the out sign, so I'm assuming that was a ball. That's a foul ball, so that's definitely a strike.
And you don't get a whole lot of behind-the-plate umpires that give a real loud verbal on a ball.
Yes,
like
right, and that's, yes.
Most of them, they give you the strike real verbal, and the ball, they usually don't say anything. But
exactly, so. Okay, ball bounced up there by Brooklyn. That's makes the count 3-1. Ball forward, so Burnett is on base once again. She's been on base all 3 times. So it'll bring up their number 2 hitter, and this is another one of their Browns.
She's the one that had the hard single off the wall in left and the home run.
This is Skylar Brown. So ball's a strike. There goes the runner to second. She steals second. So, but the pitch is a strike. 0-1 the count. So, but a good pitch there by Brooklyn. And just to let everyone know, too, we've been doing a little brainstorming at Luling Eagles Sports Broadcast headquarters. I guess we'd call that Brad's office. And we working on some things for you guys for next season that hopefully, if they come to fruition, y'all will really like. So we got some ideas that we're kicking around and see what we can do for all the sports, not just football, but everything else as well. There's the ball hit in the left field. I believe this time it's carrying, though. It goes out again. So this time it's going to be a 2-run home run for number 13, Skylar Brown. So it'll make the score 12-0.
And Eric, I hate to say it, we're flirting with that 15.
I know we are.
And they're the home team, so as soon as they reach it, it's over.
Yeah, we might be going home pretty quick.
Hope not.
So I hope not, but it's not looking too good. So, but that time I believe, Brad, she got it up into the jet stream, and I think the jet stream helped her a little bit on that one.
Yeah, the wind is blowing out to that direction, but I think that would have been out on a still day there.
Yeah. And just to let everyone know, too, what we're looking forward to in 2022-2023, we're looking forward to a new district, and that is a strike. This time he put his out signal up, so I knew it was that. And this is Madison Klepper for the Llano Yellowjackets batting.
She's another one that homered to left last time.
So ball's high, counts 1-1.
Yeah, Eric, not only a new district for football, but even some new non-district opponents.
Correct.
With the likes of course, Rice Consolidated, we've seen off and on throughout the years. So they kind of come in and out of the schedule. That was a line drive shot, well played by a third baseman for the Lady Eagles.
Yes, self-preservation there, really, for the third baseman, Serenity Nunez. So thank you, Brad, for covering me on that one. So, go ahead, Brad. You finish your thought.
Yeah, also in non-district, we're going to see the likes of Victoria St. Joseph, who I don't think we've ever played before, Bowling, Austin Eastside Memorial. So, kind of some new blood, new faces coming in to face the Eagles, at least in football.
It's a shot to the almost caught by Delilah. It was to the right center field, and I believe this is going to end up being a triple for the Llano batter. Yes, it is. So
great effort by Delilah out there.
It was. The ball did hang up there for her for a little while, but she fortunately could not get to it, and it went all the way to the fence. I believe we're going to have a pinch. Yes, we're our courtesy runner. That was number 9. That was the batter there, which is Kylie Brown, and so we have the courtesy runner entering for her. So again, like Brad mentioned, if they get 3 more runs here before we can get 2 more outs, then this game will be over.
Yay, then we get to face all that Austin traffic going on.
Well, maybe we can pull over and get a little bite to eat anyway. Right. So, and I noticed the ball went behind Jasmine, the catcher. It was a high pitch for a ball, and I believe the Llano coach he could have sent his runner there, but I believe he's kind of taking it easy on us now, so to speak. It's a shot, and then it's going to be a foul ball, just barely foul. So that's a strike. And just to let everyone know, too, we more than likely, or at least I will, I'm not sure how busy Brad and Greg are going to be in the summer and how involved they can be with it. I know we did it last year. We're going to have, again, much like I did last year, I'll be interviewing all the Queen candidates for the 2022 as we have a shot there. And there's another run from Llano as it's a base hit. I've visited with a lot of them already, pretty much, I think all except for one. And so they seem to be very receptive to, and of course, I don't force them to do it. They're invited to do it, and it's their decision as to whether they do it or not. So, I figured something away, because whether you guys are aware of it or not, we have to pay the fees to keep the broadcasting going, even though it's summertime and there's not really any athletic events going for the Luling Independent School District. So, one thing we might do, I'll have to visit with Brad and Greg about it. I know that Coach Nate Langford, athletic director that I just mentioned, he was here with us just a little while ago. He greeted us as him and Coach Ben Yock walked in. They're talking about doing some 7-on-7 football, and so that might be something that we might want to look into broadcasting just as a summer, space filler, so to speak, I guess for lack of a better term. So just to get you from the point we're at now to the beginning of football season.
Yeah, and if they play any of those at Eagle Field, that would give us a good chance maybe to kind of try out some of those things you mentioned earlier that we're kind of trying to work out for our broadcast for next year, kind of give us some test runs.
And he did assure me that yes, he will be doing, or the Luling Eagle football team will be doing some sort of 7-on-7 competition. Now, I don't know exactly what that's going to entail. I know there's some schools around us that do it or have done it for a while, so it's going to be all new to us too. But as we've always done, we'll keep you guys posted about how it's all going to work out. So, ball outside. Count's going to be. That was the first pitch. I didn't reset my count for the last batter, so that's 1-0.
A new batter in for Llano. It's Tori Rushi.
So foul ball right behind us.
Their coach starting to get into some subs here and getting them some at-bats and some playoff experience.
So 1-1 the count. And again, just to let everyone know, both the Yellow Jackets and the Eagles, as well as all these other teams, not only in 3A, but all throughout all the classifications in the state of Texas, are trying to get to Red and Charlie McCombs Field on the campus of the University of Texas for the state championships. So they will begin on June the 1st, and so any of you that are interested in attending, we invite you to go to UIL Texas, TEXAS spelled out .org, and look for ticket information on there. The ball's outside of counts full now, 3-2. runner at first for Llano. The ball, and the runner steals second.
That was ball 4.
Actually, ball 4. I'm sorry. I thought it was I'd forgotten it was a full count. I just said it like 5 seconds ago. So anyway, sorry about that, folks out there. So, but there is runners on first and second now. So we got the game-winning run for Llano that's on base now, as they have their next hitter up. That's number 3, Haley Brown. So that's a foul ball for Haley. That's a strike 1. Pitch from Brooklyn. It's a little bit outside. It gets by Jasmine, so the runners move up to second and third.
Girls, you gotta hustle the whole time you're on the field.
So now the game-winning run for Llano is now at second base. So ball's a little inside that time as it counts 2-1. And again, the Eagle fans will invite you to join us tomorrow afternoon for the final home game of the season and final regular season game in general for the Louisville Eagle baseball team. They won't qualify for the playoffs this year, so their opponent will be the San Antonio Great Hearts and Northern Oaks Griffins. Ball inside. That's going to make load the bases, let me say.
That'll be our final broadcast for the school.
Yes, it's looking that way. I don't think the Lady Eagles are going to come back. Yeah, so yes, correct. Yeah, so we'll have, of course, like I said, we'll have a couple in the summer. We'll have the, of course, part of that, me doing the interviews with these Queen candidates, I'll probably also involve, like I did last year. I just need to visit with them. Coach Nate Langford and Coach Yock, and I'm sure Coach Robledo. They say I get a package deal. They say if I get one, I get all 3.
The three amigos.
So I guess I'll have to get the package deal again this year as part of that. And then no, actually it went pretty well last year.
I'm joking.
Yeah, I know you are, but joy to visit with them, and then look forward at that time to visiting with them on where we went, where we were this season. Not just football, but all the sports, and then where we're going to be going into the future. So, and then also I would like to visit with Bubba Damon. Of course, those of you that aren't aware, Bubba, I guess, kind of is involved in both sides. He's one of the members of the Luling Independent School District Board of Trustees, and he is also on the board for the Luling Watermelon Thump. So I kind of try to get a little bit of a take on each of his hats, so to speak, that he wears, doing both those, filling both those positions, I guess I'd say. So we have a new pitcher for the Eagles coming in.
I believe that's Calvary Nunez.
Yes, and she's not even wearing the regular jersey that the other girls have on, so she may be someone they pulled up from junior varsity. I'm just assuming.
I think she's kind of bounced back and forth throughout the year. Okay. I've seen her a couple of times with varsity. I've seen her some with JV.
Okay. So let's see. Hopefully she can get some outs here. And, we're looking pretty much at the future probably for the Eagles, the Lady Eagles. Of course, we'll say goodbye to the 5 seniors, but my understanding was you have some good talent coming up next year from the 8th grade ranks. And it's a ball. And then, of course, as I mentioned a while ago, they could have scored on that, the Llano runner, but the coach is kind of, I think he's kind of taking it easy
over there.
Yeah, taking it easy. He knows that
game's well in hand, so
they could run up the score, but why do that, like you say sometimes? So swing and a miss.
Well, and he's got subs in too, so if he does that, he's just taking bats away from his subs. So.
And this is Jamie DeRoy, one of the speaking of the subs, Brad, batting for Llano now, and that's a 1-1 count to her. It's a ball low, 2-1, and her last name is D-U-R-O-Y, DeRoy. And first name is Jamie. It's Jayme. So ball, and it goes behind Jasmine. 3-1 the count. So if there's a walk here, and then another runner comes across after that, then this game will be over at 15-0. Swing and a miss. Full count on DeRoy. It's a foul ball right behind us here. Goes over to the Llano side, and of course they have a big crowd on their end as well. So, I mentioned Emilio Sarge Juarez, sort of our founder here at the Luling Eagles Sports Broadcast earlier, and good news for the Lockhart folks. Both their baseball and softball teams have qualified for the playoffs, so I know he's really looking forward to doing the games there. And so there's ball 4, and that's going to score another run, so that'll make the score 14-0.
I believe this is number 6, Emily Leach, the left fielder, coming up to bat.
So she can end it right here with any kind of base hit. Ball 1 high. It's a ball. It's look like it was fouled. Yes, it is. It was fouled off her foot. Yeah. So that's going to come back. It's going to be a strike, 1-1. That time I did see it go off her foot. I didn't see that first one earlier in the game, but I did see that one. So I was waiting for the umpire to throw up his hands and didn't see it right away, but they did come out eventually. So 1-1 the count. It's a strike. Makes the count 1-2. Be nice for the Lady Eagles if they could play one more inning here if they can get a couple more outs. For Llano scores that 15th run. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. So that is a second out. So
because Llano has all these subs in now, they're all going to have to play in the field too. So
sure.
And the Eagles could put a little something together.
And Gwen Burnett back up at the plate, top of the order. So while we do have a lot of subs in, as Brad just mentioned, she is not one of them. She's been playing all along. And there's a hit. I think it's going to end the game. It's 15-0. Now 16.
He should stop it.
He hasn't actually stopped it yet, 17. But I'm assuming he's going to give them all 3 runs there. So he didn't stop it.
Yeah,
so
I guess technically you have to let the play finish, but that should be ball game.
So that should be the ball game. We'll see. He hasn't thrown up his hands yet, but.
Or do they not do that in playoffs?
Maybe they don't. I don't know, but it doesn't seem that way. So
maybe not.
Because otherwise that would have been the ball game. So it's a shot, and that's going to be 18-0 as hitter gets it right past the third baseman. So that makes the score 18-0. Timeout by the Llano coach. Again, that's Bo Burnett. And his Bo is B-E-A-U, Bo. Maybe he's going to make a substitution here on the runner on first base.
How many subs does he have?
Quite a few, apparently. But, of course, the Lady Eagles aren't looking too good tonight. But, of course, it doesn't take away from the great season they had, finishing tied for second with the Marion Bulldogs and the Stockdale Brahmas. And, of course, Stockdale will not be in our district next year. For those of you that aren't aware, that's one of the changes. They're moving down to 2A in all sports. So,
I'd like to say we'll miss them, but we won't.
I believe that I was looking the other day. I think it's still going to be a 5-team. It's going to be a 5-team district. With us losing Stockdale, but we are going to apparently pick up one of the San Antonio Great Hearts teams. It's a ball there, 2-0. I believe the Griffins are going to, at least they have them down to play softball. And of course, that could change.
I think they were down listed this year to play it.
Yeah. So ball 3-0. So, of course, we'll have Nixon Smiley again, Marion, Cole and Randolph, and then us. So actually 5. It's 6 listed right now. This is catch by Jasmine, the catcher, Jasmine Loya. So that's the 3rd out of the inning. So that will end the bottom of the 3rd for the Llano Yellowjackets, but not before they add more to their total. So at the end of 3 complete innings, the score will be the Llano Yellowjackets 18, the Luling Lady Eagles 0. So, and it does look like we're going to continue to play on. So, but I would imagine that the 10-run rule will still be in effect, even though maybe the 15-run one is not in the playoffs. And that's something I learned tonight. I didn't know it would matter. I thought the rules would be the same whether it was regular season or playoffs, as we're getting things thrown at us over here. So, and again, thanks to everybody out there tuning in. Brad, did we have any shout-outs of anybody that we need to?
Let me look here.
I'm sure we'll have a few in there, us being out of town like we are today.
Tracy Cheatham. Hey, Tracy. She's listening in. Natasha Hartman, Coach Hartman, I'm guessing that's his wife. Let's see. Samuel Nunez listening from Portland, Oregon.
Wow, thank you, Samuel.
Okay, that's the Samuel that we were chatting with earlier.
Okay.
He said,
all right.
He said that was his other Facebook account.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Greg Tracy listening in.
Do we know that guy?
Unfortunately, David Ramirez, Mary Camacho Murray, Julie Estrada. So, quite a few listening in, joining us. Those are just the ones that have posted messages or anything. David Ramirez also.
And if you're out there, let us know you're out there. We don't know unless you tell us. So, and we love to give you some recognition. So, something funny?
Yeah, don't read it out loud, but I guess everybody can.
Oh, okay, yeah. The people on Facebook can read that. We won't read it out loud, as Brad just said.
Just Miss Hartman says, yes, I had the rings and the kids to prove it.
Well,
we like Coach Hartman. He's really good guy, really fun to be around.
Yeah, exactly. So, and
we love the sunglasses.
I guess, Brad, you want to give a little bit of a plug for the event we have coming up for the All Sports Banquet?
Yeah. I never can remember the date right off the top of my head.
May 9th.
But the Louisville Eagle Athletic Boosters, one of our sponsors, does have the All Sports Banquet coming up Monday, May 9th. Tickets are available through the Louisville Eagle Booster Club Facebook page. Tickets have to be purchased in advance, and I want to say tonight may be the last night to get those. I know time's running out soon on that.
Foul ball for the leadoff batter, Delilah Ledesma, for the Eagles.
And, at that banquet, that'll be our usual where we recognize and honor all of our student athletes for all their hard work all season. And they're also doing a drawing, several nice prizes. There's 50-inch TV, several Arctic coolers, and some gift cards and other prizes available. And if you need tickets for that drawing, see me. I have tickets available.
And one of the prizes also, for those of y'all that are not aware, is a Luling Eagles Sports Broadcast hat. So since I haven't sold them all, if you want to buy one, you can still buy one. I still have several available. But if you would rather win it and not have to buy it, we'll buy you some tickets for this drawing that Brad just mentioned, as there's a pitch as a ball there. 1-1 the count. And they're very nice hats. The people that have bought them, which is Preston Moses, thanks to Preston, and also our friend in Lincoln, Nebraska, Doug Murray, swinging a miss there as strike 2. They can tell you how nice they are. They're New Era hats, so the only thing I was kind of disappointed with is it didn't have the New Era logo on the hat, but that would have just been the cherry on top of the sundae right there. But they are very nice hats, though, so any of you that you don't want to buy it, you can still buy it, but if you don't want to buy it, then you can definitely get you some tickets and try to win it. So ground out there as, from third to first, and Delilah is retired. That'll be the first out of the top of the fourth for the Luling Eagles. So now up to bat is Serenity Nunez. I'm sure Greg will get on to me if he's still listening, getting her name wrong, for the Lady Eagles. Foul ball. 0-1 to Serenity. There's a pitch and shot to second base. Glove there by the second baseman and over to first. And there'll be a second out of the inning.
Great job by Serenity getting down that line quick.
Made it a lot closer than it probably might have been otherwise. So this will bring up number 11, Taylor Little, the right fielder for the Eagles.
You know, we mentioned Llano made a lot of those subs and have them out in the field, but it's still the same pitcher, and we've been able to put it into play twice on her now this inning.
So swing and a miss to for Taylor there. It's an 0-1 count. Two outs here for the Lady Eagles in the top of the fourth. Ball. 1-1 the count. Pop up, and the catcher goes after it, but unfortunately she runs out of room, so that'll be a strike. It'll be a 1-2 count on Taylor Little. Ball. 2-2 the count now to Taylor.
There you go.
Oh. Still 2-2 count.
Load up, Taylor. Let's go.
I think I get a little thrown off by the fact that there's no pitch count here in softball, as you know, Brad's mentioned earlier in the season, and but then baseball comes around and there's a pitch count, so I get to wanting to hit something, and then I realize I don't need to hit anything. So shot down the third baseline from Taylor, but fielded by third baseman, throws it high, so she gets on first, and the ball gets by the first baseman. She's over to second and just does get in. She goes in standing up, but I don't know that she realized, or maybe I'm thinking she didn't realize how close of a play that was going to be. So Taylor is on with the error, high throw from the third baseman for Llano. So that brings up Mikaela Houston for the Eagles. And, you know, the crowd behind us, you know, Brad mentioned we're out amongst the people. We're sitting in the front, but pretty good-sized crowd here, as we mentioned a little earlier. And you would never know that the Eagles are down 18-0, Brad. It doesn't sound that
still
way.
Supporting them, still cheering them on.
Swing and a miss from Mikaela. That's a 0-1 count.
Eyes on the ball, Mikaela. Keep your head in.
Shot by Mikaela to the shortstop. Tagged the runner as she was going across. I believe she did tag her. So that should be a double, or actually it was the third out anyway.
Yeah, three outs anyway.
Yeah, so it really didn't matter that she tagged her or not. So so we'll go into the bottom of the fourth. Again, no runs for the Eagles. So the score remains 18-0 in favor of Llano. So we'll find out when the Lady Eagles, or the Eagles, I keep wanting to say, keep going back and forth. I hate to do that. But the Eagles take their bat in the bottom, or excuse me, the top of the fifth if they don't score. I'm assuming it would be 9 runs, you know, that the game would end. So we'll find that out. And actually we're waiting for the two teams to come back out on the field now. So the Lady Eagles haven't, or the Eagles haven't headed out to the, now they have, onto the field. So upcoming is the bottom of the fourth. So we'll go ahead and run our sponsor ad one more time for Miles Front Porch, our title sponsor, and then we'll go run down the sponsors again when we come right back here on the Luling Eagle Sports broadcast.
Good times with great people. We all have memories of sitting on the front porch with our parents and grandparents, surrounded by friends, having a good time. At Mom's Front Porch, we are recreating that atmosphere, where you can share a sweet treat or ice cream with the kids or grandbabies, or relax with friends over a cup of coffee. Our ever-changing menu includes everything you may need to start your day off with some good treats. We love spending time with our lovely guests and providing them with great food and environment that feels just like home. So come on over to Mom's Front Porch, we can't wait to welcome you into our own little world of happiness. Mom's Front Porch is located at 401 East Davis Street.
And we're back here on the Llano Eagle Sports broadcast. Again, thanks to all our sponsors, Mom's Front Porch, our title sponsor, LNS Restaurant. Foul ball to the first batter of the inning. This is one of the famous Browns. The ball falls right here behind us, or right to the side of us. Kylie Brown is the batter, and that's a foul ball for a strike. Again, the sponsors, LNS Restaurant, Texas Trusted Insurance. There's a shot to left field, another home run. This one from Haley Brown. I'm sorry, Kylie Brown. This is number 9. Yeah, not Haley Brown. Haley Brown is number 3. So that'll make the score 19-0 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. So, and all the home runs, Brad, have all been to left field. No home runs have been anywhere else other than left field. Although they have had some pretty good hits to, and we had the one a little while ago to right center field. So, but all the home run balls have gone over that 197 marker in left field. So this game is turning out to be a lot like the game that Greg Tracy and I did back at the first of the season, where it's a pretty dominating performance here by the Llano Yellowjackets. Ball 1 there. It's a pop-up. See if there's a catch. Good catch there by Brooklyn Guillen playing first base. So be the first out of the inning. So I'm assuming when I didn't notice that till just now, but Brooklyn moved over to first base after she finished pitching. Right. So I believe Skylar Dredlick came out of the game. So this brings up Tori Rushi. Got a little ahead of myself trying to get her last name right. I butchered her first name. So again, Tori Rushi. That's a swing and a miss for a strike. Or excuse me, it's ball. I thought she had swung at it, but I must have been seeing things again. So it's a ball there, 2-0. Apparently Jasmine didn't agree with that, so she's asking the umpire. And
for playoff officials, they haven't been the best of umpires, I'll say that. Normally you would expect this to kind of be like an all-star type team.
Shot to third. Serenity stops it, but fortunately she can't get a hold of it to throw it over to first base. So runner on first for the Llano Yellowjackets. So timeout here from Coach Burnett from Llano. But he's going to make another change here. I believe he's going to have a number 23, Peyton Byrne, bat this time. She's been running the bases some. Now she's going to actually be or get a chance to hit. So again, while we got a little break, I want to thank everyone again for all your support for the Llano Eagle Sports broadcast throughout the 2021-2022 school year. And again, our final broadcast, it's looking like it will be our final broadcast, like Brad said, athletic broadcast, game broadcast will be, if you will be tomorrow as we, the Llano Eagle baseball team, meaning we, will take on the San Antonio Greatheart Northern Oaks Griffins baseball team. And the game will start at 5 o'clock. It's a little earlier than normal, so just be aware of that. It's only one game. It's a varsity-only game, so just so everybody's aware. And it's already on the website. I updated the website earlier today to reflect that, so everyone's aware. So please join us if you can. We would really appreciate it. We'll have video for that, so we'll be back at home and the home baseball stadium, so we'll have video there. A little different today with it being a playoff game, and we basically have to go by the UIL rules that it's a pitch is high for a ball. Foul ball by Byrne, and 1-1 the count. Right back behind us again.
I just want to clarify, it's not that the UIL says we can't do a video of the games. It's just there's a lot of restrictions, and you got to get approval from 3 or 4 companies. And I mean, it's just more headache than what it's worth to try to bring those games to you.
And there was a shot to right field. I was mentioning most of the balls have been hit to left field. This one was to right field, and double for the batter, Byrne, and then also we didn't mention there's a fee involved as well.
Yeah,
so that's probably the biggest hurdle. But, and I'm sure one of you sponsors out there, that those of y'all that listen on a regular basis, would have helped us with that. But with the short turnaround that we had, we just felt it was best to just go ahead and roll with it, being an audio-only broadcast for this one. So
I think if I saw right in the rules, you have to get approval like 48 hours before your broadcast, which we didn't know when we were playing 48 hours before the broadcast time.
So it would have been really difficult for us to do that, So if things had turned out where we wouldn't have had to break the 3-way tie like we did, we would have known, would have been plenty of time. But with it being the way it ended up, it's just, they're not going to worry about us, folks. Kid yourself not on that. Swing and a miss from the Llano batter. That's number 33. And I don't believe we have a number 33 for them, so I apologize I can't give you a name.
See if I can find it.
Runners at second and third, and that's a strike from the Eagle pitcher. Again, we're in the bottom of the fourth with the Llano Yellowjackets leading 19-0 over the Luling Eagles. Swing and a miss.
33 is Crystal Feldpush.
So, and she strikes out there, so second out of the inning for the Eagles. So this will bring up number 6, Emily Leach. And she's had a pretty good game so far today. Pop-up, let's see if it can be caught. Yes, it is. Caught by Serenity Nunez for the Eagles. So that will end the bottom of the fourth. So we'll head to the top of the fifth with the score being, again, the Llano Yellowjackets 19 and your Luling Eagles 0. So we'll see if this will end up being the final half inning for the Lady Eagles to bat this season. So again, thank y'all all. Can't thank y'all enough for supporting us, tuning in all season. We're looking forward to the future, see what the future holds, and like I mentioned, we'll get those things going on for you during the summer months. We're hoping that we can do some sort of a broadcast or some sort of coverage of the 7-on-7 when it comes around. So it would be very nice. I don't have much experience. I think Brad has a little more experience with it than I do. But I would like to see that. I mean, I've kind of followed it a little bit here and there, not really much. But some of the larger schools, especially in this area, the Austin, Central Texas area, they cover that pretty well. I mean, they're very active in that 7-on-7. You have leagues and that kind of thing, and so I know there's some that go to actual.
There's a state all the way to a state competition.
Yes, and I believe Bryan College Station area, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
So so
I mean, it's basically it's football without the line. It's high offense. I mean, it's almost all passing, and it's pretty neat to see. If you get a chance. Once we find out the schedule, we'll try to relay that to you. And if you get a chance to come out and watch it, it's different.
So top of the fifth here, heading that way. And this is Jasmine Loya, the catcher, the leadoff batter. The ball outside.
I believe it was Nick Saban, the Alabama football coach, when they asked him why does Texas have such good football players, and he basically said 7-on-7. So they play football year-round, and they play it right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's a guy that would know.
Yeah, he knows a little bit about it.
So 1-1 the count as that pitch is right down the middle. I believe is Klepper, she's been pitching for them the whole game?
She has.
Okay, so I didn't know if that was still
And she is their ace. I believe she's, I want to say she's 8-0 on the year.
Okay. Ball. 2-1 the count.
Could be a pretty interesting next round. Sets up for them to face Hallettsville, who I believe is number 3 or 4 in the state in the latest rankings. So could be interesting there.
And while we got a little bit of a break, it's pitch was a ball there. You want to run down, Brad, with other results from the? I think you said the other district teams had already completed their series or were playing them.
Let's see.
I know you mentioned to me earlier that Stockdale was eliminated in their series, their best-of-3 series.
Okay,
It's a shot, and it's going to be a hit maybe for Jasmine. No, she was unable to beat it out. It was in the hole between short and third base. Yeah, but great place by the shortstop. Yes,
always have we get credit where it's due, and it's due on that one. Just trying to find those again.
That's fine.
Here, Eric.
So we got the next batter for the Lady Eagles is Brooklyn Guillen, number 9, now at first base.
Yeah, Blanco beat Stockdale. They played a 2 out of 3 series. Blanco beat them 2-0 in the series, 24-3 and 8-2. I don't think any of the others have gone final yet that I'm aware of here. Let's see. Nothing on Nixon, nothing on Marion yet. So, that's the only one we have anything on.
And Nixon, for those of you that aren't aware, much like I know y'all remember us qualifying for the football playoffs with just one district win, well, basically it was between Lago Vista and out of the Llano district, Lago Vista and I believe it was Ingram Moore.
Right.
Yeah, for whoever won the game got in, and it was Lago Vista that won that game. So as that pitch was a ball to Brooklyn. And so that's who Nixon Smiley was going to face in the by-district round. Ball outside.
Yeah, I want to say their only 2 wins all year was against Ingram both times they played them.
So that's going to be a tall task for the Vikings of Lago Vista to beat, because we saw the Nixon Smiley Mustangs. They're a pretty good team as well. So it's a strike down the middle. First strike on Brooklyn on this at-bat.
But I had to say, of all the teams I've seen us play this year, this Llano team I think is probably by far the best team I've seen us go up against.
Swing and a miss, so it makes it count 3-2. But as I mentioned earlier, the future is bright. My understanding, we got some talent coming up from the junior high ranks, and then a lot of these ladies will be back next year. So, you got to think the future. With us being in a pretty similar district that we're in this year, it's a call strike 3, and the pitcher comes back and strikes out Brooklyn after getting down on her 3-0 in the count. So that'll bring up Alyssa Rios, the shortstop. 2 outs in the top of the 5th. So I want to thank, too, all the coaches that we've whose games we've worked all season, whether it was Coach Langford in football or Coach our basketball coaches, or these softball coaches, Coach Almager is a strike there, and Coach Hartman, and also the baseball coach, Coach Ronnie Robledo. So our basketball coach, Coach Kallman, Ben Kallman, our boys coach, girls coach, Coach Lewis Jackson. It's a pop-up and goes foul. That's going to make it 1-2 the count. So we thank all of them, because they support us as well. Those y'all that aren't aware, we
may have an interference on the dugout. One of our girls came out like she was going to play that foul ball, and
they're going to talk about it. They're meeting out here in front of the right close to first base here, the first base coach's box. So we'll find out what's going to happen there. They're talking about it, but I don't. Let's see. He's going to talk to Coach Almager. He's calling one of the coaches. It's Coach Almager. They were both in the same area, so they didn't know who it was. They were trying to get the attention of. So, but it was Coach Almager. So she's out.
Yep.
So I believe that's going to be the ball game. He threw up his hand, so that will be the ball game, folks. And so the final score here from Liberty Hill ISD this afternoon and evening, will be the Llano Yellowjackets 19 and your Luling Eagles 0. So want to thank those of y'all again that tuned in from wherever you were. We appreciate all your support again. And one more time, join us tomorrow, the final game for the Luling Eagle baseball team as they take on San Antonio Greathearts, Northern Oaks, the Griffins, and the game will be at 5 o'clock. So, Brad, you got any final thoughts before we? We're
just great to see somebody Lady Eagles to make the playoffs, and stick with these Lady Eagles. Future's bright.
Okay, so with that being said, for Brad Wright, this is Eric Lugo. Again, the final score here: the Llano Yellowjackets 19, the Luling Eagles 0. And so until tomorrow.